Miss Valerie Coleman is here from College of the Ozarks. Hi, Miss Val.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Friday.
It is Friday. How you been?
I've been so good.
Good. So, how's life over at College of the Ozarks? I know that we are, what is it, just a couple handfuls of days away from graduation out
That
at
is
C of O?
Exactly correct.
Wow.
And it is crazy over there.
I'm sure it is.
It's a fun crazy, but it's crazy.
We read a news story, I guess it was earlier this week, about graduation upcoming and the number of graduates and like the top 5 most awarded degrees and what field they came from, this and that and the other. And there was a little bitty postscript at the very end of the story that said, by the way, this is a ticketed event for graduates and their families. Don't just be showing up like you just want to go to graduation. You got to make sure you got a ticket. The spaces. Am I wrong, Ms. Val?
Oh, you're not wrong.
Because people will. They show up.
It's so funny. It's I don't know. Could we have a bigger venue? I don't know. But it's a sweet day for families.
It
and
is.
Of course, for the graduates. And we hate to see them go. But, hey, this was the goal all along.
That's right. 100% to get them trained up the right way with the proper pillars, if you will, of education.
Oh, beautiful.
How about that?
Beautifully
and have
said.
them go out into the real world. Now, we're fortunate here that we get to work with C of O graduate. Well, literally every day, Stephanie is a C of O graduate. Miss Stephanie, right? Oh, yeah, that's right. Sweet Miss Jody. Also, so folks all over the community. So my aunt and uncle have been in town, and we actually sort of told Uncle Mark about C of O, about Hard Work U. That's kind of how it started, about the whole Hard Work U. And he just stopped and looked at me. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, "No, man, isn't that awesome that students don't have to pay tuition? They can just go and work." And he's like, "Man, that's great." And I'm like, "I ain't even told you the best part yet. Like, patriotic education is one of their pillars." He's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, just going over on campus, and you're going to see the Lord and the red, white, and blue, baby. That's what you're going to see."
That's what you're going to see.
C of O, really.
That's exactly true. Oh, my goodness. I love that.
That's what makes it so unique. That's what makes it unlike any other place, any other college. That's why you guys are constantly up on the top 10 lists all over, because not only do you get a great bang for your buck, but you can make sure that your kids are being taught the right things.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We had Esther. You might remember Esther. She came in with me some, and she worked in my office. But she graduated last May, but she was back to talk to my students, and she said, "I know everybody tells you this, guys, and they tell you how great C of O is and this experience that you're getting." But she goes, "It's real." She said, just the training. She spent a year working for the Herzog Foundation out of Kansas City.
Wow.
And she has traveled to 25 cities. She has spoken with think tank leaders and conservative leaders all over the nation. And they really work to help Christian schools and encourage them and help them get on their feet and get running and stay running and stay stable. And so she's been exposed to a lot of things and thoughts and leadership practices. But it was fascinating to hear her come back and say, "Man, the work aspect of it, not every graduate comes out with that experience."
100%. And, how many times have we seen it? People graduate, they go to 4-year, they go to 6-year, they go whatever, they take out tens of thousands of dollars, and then they're like, "Well, I guess there's not a market for Mesopotamian art critics." Well, why don't you get something that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why don't you go somewhere that's actually going to train you to do what it is you want to do? We've been talking about bulls, bands, and barrels.
Yep.
It's a big event coming up tomorrow night down at Thunder Ridge Nature Arena. The lady that we have been working with, her name is Tricia Smith. She graduated from C of O back in the early 90s.
Oh,
so
nice.
when she came back, she was like, "Okay." She was like, "I'm a hometown girl. I graduated from C of O. It's really cool to be booking an event here." But she said the same thing. She's like, "It has helped me go all over the country and book and deal with people," right? Because people are the same, really, no matter where you go. You just got to connect to them. That's a great thing that you guys do at C of O. And as awesome as it is for the students and the campus and all that, the mission of C of O really starts at the top and goes down, does it not? It all trickles down. And for many years, Dr. Davis was the mainmost man. I mean, the icon of College of the Ozarks.
Driving force.
That's right. And then a couple years ago, a new president came in. Not the football player, Brad Johnson.
Not the Super Bowl winning quarterback.
No, not the actor.
No.
Or either, because he was in Flight of the Intruder. Remember that? Yeah. Also the Steven Spielberg movie, Always. But a real cool, close personal friend of the upside. President Johnson, he's he had something pretty cool happen to him, did he not, Miss Val?
Oh, my goodness. Yes, he did. Mm-hmm. This is such a great time of the year because you want to take a minute and you get a little reflective. Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what we got the chance to do last night. And shout out to Springfield Business Journal just for putting on such great events. But Dr. Johnson was inducted into the 2025 class of Men of the Year.
That's so awesome. Congratulations. Cool? It really is cool. Yeah. Here's the thing. When you come into a place, you don't want to be the guy that replaces the guy. You want to be the guy that replaces the guy that replaced the guy, and maybe even replace that guy. He had big shoes to fill. There was a tall order when he came on, and he has just passed with flying colors, hasn't he, Ms.
Oh, isn't it something else?
It really is.
It's been fun to watch. And, you know, we're so thankful for our leadership and our heritage and the things that Dr. Davis put in motion and put in place and built Patriots Park and really solidified that patriotic pillar. He really did.
He did.
But to see Dr. Johnson come in and have his own leadership style and make certain changes that have just blessed us all tremendously. The empty cross, and it's just such a beautiful addition. If you haven't been out to see that, you've got to come out and see the empty cross. It's right there in the entrance. We actually incorporate that into our baccalaureate ceremonies now.
Really?
And the students, and this happens the Sunday before, so it happens a few days before commencement. But the students, are the graduates, let's say, actually walk through the empty cross as part of that ceremony.
Wow.
And it's so symbolic. It's like, okay, they are launching into the world to be poured out in areas of work and service, and they're ready. They're ready. But yes, Dr. Johnson brings a great focus on that and has just implemented a lot of things over the almost 3 years now, if you can believe that. That have really blessed students and even our employees.
See, and you know, that's what I keep hearing, because we talk to you every other week. But again, like we said, we know a lot of people that graduated from C of O, a lot of folks who still attend classes over there. And they say that they're like, I feel like Dr. Johnson has gone out of his way to have a close relationship with many students.
Oh, absolutely. Every time I'm in a meeting or in any kind of gathering with him, I really listen because I know I'm going to pick up on a story that I haven't heard about because he and Mrs. Johnson, both Laura Johnson, they listen. And even though they're so busy, I talked a little on the other show about how busy he is and what it takes to actually keep a place like College of the Ozarks running. You have to have donors. You have to have friends that support you. You have to get your message out about what it is you're doing. So he's a very, very busy man. But then yet at the same time, how does he know so many students by name? How is it that he is the last one there at every single event and he stands there and he shakes every hand and talks to every person? I don't know how he does it. He's a mystery man.
And that's the type of person you need. That's the type of person that can take College of the Ozarks into the new era of C of O. You know, times change, kids change, parents change, all these different changes come. And when C of O had to make that change, it was great to see someone who honors the old, appreciates what came before, and is like, we want to add our new little flair to this, right? I've heard all these stories about him just like sitting out on his front porch and being like, hey, come on up and hang out, come sit, you know, just walking around campus, just visiting and whatnot. And that's what you need to do. You know, the more time that you can spend around successful people, the more successful you will become.
Absolutely.
So, and that's a great thing for all of our kids out at C of O. Kids. They're grown folks out at C of O. You know, they're away from home.
They're young adults.
They still are kids.
Young adults.
They're young adults.
That's right.
They're getting ready to get some adulting done.
That's right. So did y'all have a big party for Dr. Johnson last night?
Oh, my gosh. It was so much fun. We caravanned up. There were 30 people. There were 30 of us. And he did not know who all was coming.
Really?
And there were a bunch of our board members there. It was amazing. And I told him, because I got there early just to make sure everybody was finding their tables, doing all the things. And he just was glowing, he and Mrs. Johnson. And he said, well, I didn't know, this person was going to be this. I saw so-and-so in the parking lot. And I said, Dr. Johnson, there's going to be 30 of us here. And he just looked at me like, what? He thought it was just another meeting that he was just going to kind of go to, pop in and out, and just on to the next thing. Oh, my goodness. It was a blast.
That's so awesome. Again, special thanks to the Springfield Business Journal
for
this awesome honor. I mean, that the accolades just just keep coming, just keep getting racked up for College of the Ozarks. But the one thing that I've noticed is you guys never take those for granted. You're never like, oh, well, we've reached this point. We don't have to do anything anymore. Nah, you just keep on going.
Just keep on going.
Tell me a little bit about what happens post-graduation, okay? Because while there aren't students attending classes full-time like there are during the school semesters, right, that's our peak season for tourism here in Branson. So the college is wide open. It is not closed.
Of course. It's so fun to see and to be a part of a place that has the tourism aspect, and we have the lovely Keeter Center and Patriots Park and the Edwards Mill, and it's a great time of year for people to come out and enjoy that because it's nice and warm and the swans are swimming and the birds are singing. So, I mean, this is pretty dreamy.
It really is.
We do have students that continue on through the summer. And here's the cool thing about that for students. They have the opportunity to do this summer scholarship where they're working, and they can offset, if they work 6 weeks, they offset 1 full semester of room and board.
Wow.
If they work 12 weeks of the summer, they are taken care of for room and board for the entire year.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty darn awesome.
Isn't that great?
It really is.
So we have probably a little over half of our student body that does that.
I was going to ask exactly how many you got. Yep. Because, look, man, I mean, the campus is constantly inundated with people visiting, like between the Keeter Center and all the student-made things and everything. There are people constantly going to campus. So you need the people there. And they want to see the students. They want to talk to the students and find out about life on C of O campus. They really do. That's a big part of the whole experience.
That's exactly right. And that's who they want to see and who they want to talk to. So that continues on. We also have Camp Lookout that happens throughout the summer, which is a wonderful ministry for kids in this area who may not have a chance to go to camp, or especially a Christian camp, and it's free for them. And the students are the ones, the college students are the ones that basically run that camp. And I mean, they love it. The competition is hot and heavy for those spots because that's the workstation they want to be in.
Yeah, I mean, you get to have fun. You get to hang out with kids and whatnot. So, Ms. Valerie Coleman here from College of the Ozarks, CofO.edu. Special thanks to El Presidente, the big boss man, President Dr. Johnson over there. Springfield Business Journal, one of the Men of the Year 2025. Pretty cool. You got commencement coming up. Is that May 10th?
It's May 10th. Keep an eye. Good job. Keep an eye on the website. And, hey, don't fast forward through next week. I said last night I thought next week was finals. It's not.
Oh.
There's one more week of actual school.
Okay.
So, students, whoever I said that to, please be aware.
Let's strike that and we'll edit it.
Look at your calendar. Right. Go to class. Do the things. Study for finals.
Yeah.
But week after next is finals. But there are still things that we're inviting people out for. There's the senior art exhibit in the Boger Art Gallery. There's a concert band performance next week. So CofO.edu. Keep an eye there, and we're just going to keep right on trucking.
And just keep doing what you do. Miss Valerie Coleman, we really do appreciate you coming in here every other Friday. And we say it all the time. You brighten up the studio. You're just so much fun. We love all our friends out at CofO, College of the Ozarks in scenic Point Lookout, Missouri, right down the road from Branson. Hey, Kevin Russell, let's